The Dominica-Cuba cooperation in health continues. 62 to participate in the third hospitality training module in Pointe, Mitchel, and the Petite Savanne Primary wins literacy awards.
Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha Century.
And I'm Mervin. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after this.
If you can believe this, why can't you believe this?
Uncle tried to make me have sex.
Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. The friendship between Dominica and Cuba continues to bring results. The Minister for Health and health officials, including the Chief Medical Officer, recently traveled to Cuba for the International Forum on Public Health. During the trip, Honorable Dr. Darrow held talks with the Cuban Health Minister regarding the CARICOM-Cuba Cooperation Agreement, which was signed last year. The agreement, which was signed between Cuba and the CARICOM, has made contingencies for the free travel of CARICOM nationals to Cuba for medical attention. This agreement will benefit Dominicans as it will allow for patients to be transported to Cuba for urgent medical attention, and it will also afford Dominicans the opportunity to travel to Cuba for medical purposes.
Part of the agreement signed with CARICOM last year also stated that free patients or free citizens of Dominica are entitled, the free citizens can go to Cuba on an annual basis for medical treatment. And we're talking about free of charge, of course. The logistics of this are being arranged. I think the Dominican government, of course, would have to pay for their passage, etc. But we're talking about very critical cases that probably that cannot be addressed here in Dominica.
Dominicans wanting to study medicine in Cuba will benefit from the minister's recent travels to Cuba, as the number of students receiving scholarships has increased.
In recent years, the number of medical scholarships would have decreased. But I think starting from this new academic year, 2015-2016 academic year, the number of scholarships has gone back to 7 per year. And in addition to this, they're also offering free specialties every year. Now, these specialties are going to be of our choosing based on the country's needs. Of course, we would have identified a number of areas that we think are very critical.
The release of a new breakthrough drug from Cuba for the cure of the diabetic foot will mean that Dominicans suffering from the side effects of the non-communicable disease will have hope.
Very soon, one of the things that we'll be doing is actually developing this pilot project here in Dominica, where the Cuban officials will come here to Dominica and actually train our healthcare providers how to apply this medication. Basically, it's something that is injected around the skin, around the ulcers, and where that is actually found to have tremendous good results and avoiding persons from getting amputation, and is widely used all over the region.
Coming out of this trip, the minister announced that the shortage of oncologists in Dominica will be resolved.
The minister recognizes the need in terms of advancing our healthcare services. We have in Dominica a number of specialist Cuban medical providers here, but as most of us know, we have a shortage of oncologists. And in fact, the minister made a direct intervention. He had a personal meeting. I was invited to that meeting, fortunately, with his counterpart, the Minister of Health in Cuba, committed to actually try to recruit an oncologist for us in the shortest possible time.
Based on an unofficial meeting between the two environment ministers, Cuba has also extended an invitation for local environmental health officers to be further trained in their field.
The Cuba has committed in terms of assisting us in certain short training courses for environmental officers based on the needs that we have, and therefore very soon from now we will be able to select some of our environmental officers to do some training in environmental health also in Cuba. The minister recognizes the need in terms of advancing our healthcare services. We have in Dominica a number of specialist Cuban medical providers here, but as most of us know, we have a shortage of oncologists. And in fact, the minister made a direct intervention. He had a personal meeting. I was invited to that meeting, fortunately, with his counterpart, the Minister of Health in Cuba, committed to actually try to recruit an oncologist for us in the shortest possible time. So these are some of the successes of the minister's visit in Cuba.
Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow spoke on other visits by the Ministry of Health officials to other countries. We will bring you details in subsequent newscasts.
In more news, government's National Employment Program is leaving its mark on yet another community, this time in the constituency of Pointe Mitchel. From tomorrow, Thursday, May 7th, 62 individuals will begin a 12-week training program as part of the NEP's third Hospitality Apprenticeship Training Module in collaboration with the Dominica State College. At an opening ceremony at the Pointe Mitchel Community Center on Wednesday, Honorable Minister for Employment Ian Douglas expressed that programs such as these are government's way of ensuring that the nation's human resource is well equipped to succeed in the tourism industry and other areas of national development.
In our quest to develop this country, there are certain challenges, and we have to ensure that our population is trained to be able to meet those challenges, and that's really why we are here today. That is the purpose for us being here today, to ensure that when the bois cutlets and the petit colibris are ready to take off, the building, the structures are in, the furniture is in, the guests are coming in, but the component of the service that these people will receive is very important. And if we do not have you who are here on the ground, ready, willing and able and trained to provide that service, no matter how much chandeliers and how much beautiful glass and how much expensive champagne and wine, and the bed can be double beds that they sleep in, but the service isn't there to complement all those amenities, then those places will not be a success.
According to Honorable Douglas, government's initiative is governed by its growth and social protection strategy. A key goal of the GSPS is to develop a holistic response to challenges faced by youth striving to develop their potential and facilitate their establishment as good role models in communities. Honorable Member of Parliament for the Soufriere constituency, Ian Pinard, says the hospitality module will significantly benefit his constituency as its landscape poses great potential for increased revenue in the tourism industry.
This program is timely. Training in hospitality is coming at a great time in the Soufriere constituency, because all these sites that I just mentioned either have been developed or is developing. And for example, you look at the Champagne area, where you have Clemens done an excellent job, where the Champagne beach is now one of the best beaches in Dominica, where most tourists visit that area. And persons living in the constituency will see the amount of bus loads of persons, especially during the tourist season, who actually visit that area and do snorkeling. And I'm saying all this because the 62 persons who will take part in this course will have employment within those areas. You'll be trained in bartending. You'll be trained in front desk management. You'll be trained in housekeeping. You'll be trained in culinary arts. And you'll be trained in waitressing. All these are critical in the hospitality business. And by the time you finish the 12-week program, you'll be ready to be employed in any major hotel or restaurant around Dominica.
Honorable Pinard called on the participants of the program to take the training seriously.
And I really want you to take this program very, very serious. If you take this program serious, it's going to take you very far in terms of your own personal development. Because I have seen persons in the Soufriere constituency where we have given employment to. And a few months later, the employer had to actually terminate the employment because the person is coming to work when they want or leaving when they want. And that's why I'm calling on you to be very, very serious. We also have some success story where we give persons jobs, where we find jobs for person part-time. And these people excel so much that after 3-4 months, the employer employed them full-time. And we have all the success stories in the constituency. And I want to really stress on that. Be serious with this program.
Also addressing the ceremony was Deputy Chairman of the Soufriere Scots Head Gallion Village Council, Heston Charles.
Let us embrace what the government has given to us. You know, I always say that, you know, when there's a fire, walking all around or running all around and shouting that there is a fire without throwing some water makes no sense. I believe when there's a fire, you have to find a way to out that fire by throwing some water, and that's what the government has done. They are providing what you call, I call it an incubator. It's to sustain the life of what we have by providing what you call a hospitality training program so that our people will be competent to execute the job before them.
The Hospitality Apprenticeship Training Module has been launched in the east and the north of the island, training approximately 98 nationals. Similar trainings have also been conducted across the island in stone cutting, culinary arts, nail technician, sewing, among others. The Dominica Labour Party government has spent over $167,000 on this hospitality module for the Southwest, which includes the payment of a stipend during the 6-week training and an additional 6-week attachment. Additionally, over the past 2 years, more than $12 million have been invested by government in this program for the development of its human resource. To date, close to 1,500 nationals have been trained under the National Employment Program.
You're watching National Focus. Still to come, GIS Dominica hosts its 2015 Career Day. Stay with us.
Did you know the Caribbean Court of Justice is 2 courts in 1? The CCJ has 2 functions: an original jurisdiction, which deals with your right to move between CARICOM countries freely, and your right to move your money and your business. This is the basis of the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME, and the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, and an appellate jurisdiction to hear appeals from courts of those countries which decide to use it as their final court of appeal and no longer go to the Privy Council. All CARICOM member states who have signed the agreement establishing the CCJ are members of the CCJ.
Welcome back. Students of the Portsmouth Secondary School PSS have emerged winners of the first ever Junior Achievement JA National Career Day Symposium. In the competition held last Friday at the Dominica Public Service Union DPSU building, 80 students competed for the title of JA's Top Apprentice School of 2015. At Friday's symposium, 2 students from each representing school had the opportunity to impress corporate Dominica through a series of interview questions with the skills acquired from the JA Economics for Success in School training program. Over 300 students from various secondary schools have completed the JA Economics for Success in School training program designed to prepare youth for the job market and thrive in the global economy in areas such as career planning, job planning, and goal setting. In second place was the Dominica Grammar School GGS, with Kayla Roberts winning the title for Best Personal Development Portfolio. Goodwill Secondary School GSS took the 3rd spot. Students were also judged on their portfolio, comprising a personal statement, curriculum vitae, assessment results from the JA Economics for Success online resource, among others. The other schools that participated in the symposium were the St. Martin Secondary School, the Northeast Comprehensive School, and the Pierre Charles Secondary School. According to Executive Director of Junior Achievers Dominica, Natasha Yeloy Labad, Jolly's Pharmacy, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, First Domestic Insurance, 365 MMP, Queen's Jewelry are among the private sector companies who have significantly invested in this JA initiative. Sonia Hamilton, who also represented the Portsmouth Secondary School, won the JA 2015 Top Apprentice title.
In more news, the Petite Savanne Primary School is the winner of the 2014-2015 Hands Across the Sea Literacy Award for Dominica. The award, according to an official press release, was in recognition of the passion and dedication of staff and students to literacy and the creation of a vibrant school library. The school won a prize of US $1,000 in brand new books of the school's choice. At the handing over ceremony on Wednesday, co-founder and executive director of Hands Across the Sea, Harriet Linsky, explained the vision of Hands Across the Sea.
Our goal at Hands Across the Sea is to improve children's literacy in Dominica and across the OECS, and we do that in 3 ways. We like to send really great books from about 20 different children's publishers to schools that have borrowing libraries or will set up a borrowing library. And then we foster sustainability of that library with ongoing support and determining what needs are requested by the students for their books. So that is our goal. In Dominica, we have helped 77 preschools, primary schools, secondary schools, NGOs, and reading programs by shipping brand new books and helping them to set up little libraries. Across the OECS, in the 6 countries where we've worked, we've helped over 260 schools and reading programs set up libraries.
Hands Across the Sea first assisted Petite Savanne Primary School with a shipment of 800 books for the 2011-2012 school year and followed that with 500 books for the 2012-2013 school year. The principal of the Petite Savanne Primary, Oliver Samuel, says that he has seen firsthand the positive outcomes of the donation of books, which now makes up the school's library.
Throughout my tenure at this school, we have seen the benefits of this library as pupils continue to be able to read either at or above the grade levels. Results of national assessments at grade 2, grade 4, and grade 6 have been consistent. For 2010, grade 2 students, we had 84.6% receiving A's. That means we were able to read at or above the level. In 2011, it was 100%. In 2012, it was 90.91%. 2013, it was 100%. And 2014, it was 100%. For grade 4, in 2010, it was 70% A's. For 2011, 100%, 2012, 86.67%, 2013, it was 92.9%, and 2014, 91.67%.
Chief Education Officer Melina Fontaine commended the staff of the Petite Savanne Primary for their focus on literacy.
What this award signifies is that literacy development at the Petite Savanne Primary School is at the forefront of the school's agenda, and the Ministry of Education is extremely pleased about this development and the strong support from Hands Across the Sea that has ensured that our students have access to more books in an environment that is conducive for reading.
She also noted the critical importance of reading.
We can all agree that students who are exposed to reading and acquire the foundation skills at an early age are more likely to do well in all facets of formal education. At this age, our children at the primary school level are still working on their decoding and comprehension skills, and their practice of reading is essential to their continual learning of critical language skills. We are aware that the more our children read, the more they will be likely to express themselves and relate to others in a healthy way, as their communication skills are gradually honed through exposure to new ideas and language. Literacy, therefore, is essential in developing a sense of well-being, as children who have developed strong reading skills perform better in school and have a healthier self-image. They are usually lifelong learners, and in the long run, are more sought after as employees. Considering all these benefits, the contribution of the Hands Across the Sea to the Petite Savanne Primary School cannot be understated.
The Chief Education Officer reiterated the importance that the Ministry of Education places on the advancement of Dominica's youth.
As ministry, we are always thrilled when organizations such as yours assist us in realizing our vision for learning, which is that each child succeeds. This means that we are committed to giving our students the best learning opportunities so that they can excel in every area, whether it is numeracy, literacy, technical studies, or ICT. So I extend to you my deepest appreciation for the work that you are doing and will continue to do with our schools to help us further that vision.
And that's all for the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre de la Santé, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, est chef de délégation Dominique qui attend des grands forums santé qui prend place en Cuba. Chef officier médical Dr. David Johnson aussi était à cette délégation-là.
Des semaines passées, plus que moi, le gouvernement avait ministère santé à Cuba invité moi pour un international forum public health. Forum ça allait très bien. Moi, avec Dr. Johnson, Chief Medical Officer, chaque de nous tenons une présentation pour faire une general discussion à plenary. Mais plus important pour moi, c'est les autres visites nous faire, les autres meetings à ce côté, avec Health Minister, avec ministère environ, avec nous taper opportunité pour visiter service, yon de business qui responsible service medical. Avec hot meeting avec ministère santé, ça nous d'accord, c'est nous savons que nous avons besoin de service oncologie, ça c'est un docteur qui est responsable pour cancer. Parce que un docteur nous tenait là, il était travaillé avec Ross, nous avons engagé, mais si nous aidons, c'est plus meilleur, non, de toujours plus meilleur passer yon. So Cuba can try deploy oncologist tout suite even nous espérer que docteur ça qui arrive à Dominique dans une semaine 2 semaines à un mois.
Délégation là aussi tient une discussion qui concerne docteur Dominique pour spécialiser en Cuba.
L'autre bagarre nous discuter avec ministère santé c'est whole issue ces spécialités là. Nous savons que Cuba si un agrément avec CARICOM en décembre l'année passée. Là actuellement nous avons 7 scholarships tous les années pour étudier médecin avec 3 spécialités chaque année. So ça nous discuter avec le ministère, c'est si possible que nous choisissons ces spécialités que nous avons besoin ici en Dominique, est d'accord avec ça. So en année 2015, septembre, plus tard, nous espérons que des habitués docteurs à Cuba pour spécialiser avec ça. C'est une bonne nouvelle pour nous. Parce que nous savons vers l'hôpital neuf, là, nous pas seulement voulons besoin de l'hôpital neuf, structure seulement, mais nous voulons improvement dans ces services-là qui ont entré vers l'hôpital neuf, ça là.
D'autres nouvelles, Discover Dominic Authority lancé mois touriste en 2015. Autorité là qui tient une activité en observance célébration là. M. Edward Henderson, c'est chef officier technical ministre touriste.
C'est mois de mai. Moi, ça, nous avons parlé de tourisme tout partout. Nous avons parlé de hike, creole, entertainment. Nous avons allé à l'école pour parler aux enfants du tourisme. Puis, vous savez, tout le monde a dit tourisme, c'est bagaille tout le monde. Donc, n'importe bagaille bon qui fait un tourisme, tout le monde a bénéficié. Si bagaille pas bon, tout le monde a souffert. So, nous avons parlé pour le mois là. Now, nous avons entertainment, nous avons toutes sortes de qualités bagaille comme ça, mais ça nous fait, c'est pour 10 personnes, ça y est pour faire tourisme marché. Puis tourisme, c'est ça qui a contribué tout l'argent Dominique à présent, agriculture en bas à présent, nous pas ni déjà bagaille pour faire. Mais si nous fait tourisme, nous fait bien, plus de monde venir ici, nous tous qui bénéficier.
Et dans ce cas, vous avez une commission bien claire. Comment le tourisme a fait contribution pour l'économie pays?
So, nous avons travaillé des gens Dominique, faire tout ça pour faire, pour assurer que Dominique fait meilleur tourisme. Puis, là, c'est quand nous pas venir ici, nous avons souffert. Puis, quand saison finie, 6 mois, il n'y a pas faire rien. Vous avez changé le carnaval de venir pour 6 mois off-season. Les gens sont contents, taxi te fait l'argent, vendeur te fait l'argent, boutique te fait l'argent. Now, si l'on ça nous fait à présent, ça veut dire que bot la qui vit, si on compte ça nous fait, les gens qui fait l'argent. So, nous avons dit, moi ça, nous avons dit, ça pour faire, ça pour pas faire. Pour faire ce monde la plaisir, ceux qui vivent ici. Plus bot, plus canot, plus cruise ship qui viennent ici. Nous tous très contents.
On a une nouvelle organisation d'Alca qui bâtit projet en mitigation en pays là. Parole ça là, sorti au chairman organisation là, M. Yolan John Jules. Un projet qui bâtit en Focolé.
Nous tapons un peu l'argent aussi pour Resource Center Focolé. Vous savez là, en Community Center Focolé avec une mauvaise condition. Parce que nous tapons un peu l'argent, 84,000 US$ pour Bacatel et Foncolé. Et en Glasgow, l'année on drain, on dalle, il commencé. Et il pas fini. Et ils sont côté Camilo Tanglo, ça c'est tête montagne là. Parce que nous allons continuer ça pour finir. Nous avons 125 pieds pour faire encore, pour finir. Nous allons faire ça. Et nous allons Badawasco pour mettre un peu fire hydrant en place là. Et où ça si tout qu'on dit fait hydrant là qui juste là que ça mettre hose water éteindre fait. Et nous allons manger community center là et nous allons mettre bitadin comme ça c'est jeune monde là en place là qui ça servi community group là qui ça servi et n'importe monde en place là qui besoin faire en fonction chez un meeting faire quelque chose ça servi si en tout cas on désastre en place monde qui ça courir là est caché.
Sinon, M. John Jules, on a un projet qui bâtit à l'occasion de Bacatel.
L'autre projet là, Bacatel, c'est on nous avons changé Bacatel son côté, là, un gros tefalon fois avec Mounjik mort. Cause nous marchons tout bois là, en haut village là, en haut chemin. Et nous marchons tout là, et nous voyons ça qui nous pour faire. Moi, avec Miss George, nous allons là, avec M. Fontaine, nous misiway, et nous faisons un projet pour et nous approuvons. Et nous avons commencé dans la mois prochain. Nous avons mis à Yawaswe, nous sommes là pour citer Yawaswe.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson, c'est Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, tips to maintain healthy weight.
Wash your hands. I am Adora Tuse, health educator from the Ministry of Health. Proper hand washing protects against the spread of many common illnesses and germs. Wash your hands often with soap and water, or you may use a hand sanitizer. Remember, clean hands save lives. Protect yourself.
A message from the Health Promotion of the Ministry of Health.
Keeping your weight in check is often easier said than done, but a few simple tips can help. First off, if you're overweight, focus initially on not gaining any more weight. This by itself can improve your health. Then, when you're ready, try to take off some extra pounds for an even greater health boost.
Integrate physical activity and movement into your life. Eat a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Choose smaller portions and eat more slowly. These little things go a long way in improving one's overall health. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, I'm Kerdisha Century.
And I'm Mervin Matthew. Thanks for watching and join us again next time for National Focus.